All right, today we're tackling a big one, the new income equation. We're going to talk about ownership and leverage in an age where, let's be honest, automation is changing absolutely everything. Let's get right into it.
So, I want you to just think about this for a second. What if one day your job disappears, but your income doesn't? I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But honestly, this question is becoming one of the most critical things we can ask ourselves about our financial future.
Yeah, and let's get one thing crystal clear right away. Automation isn't some far-off concept looming on the horizon. It's not coming, it is already here. The shift is happening right now, as we speak. And you see the proof everywhere, right? Think about it. That self-checkout at the grocery store, that used to be a person. You've probably played around with AI that can write an email for you, or even write code. And behind the scenes, you've got algorithms deciding who gets a loan or what price you pay online. See, this is way bigger than just factory robots. It's a massive, fundamental change in how work itself gets done. So that leads us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? If automation keeps taking over more and more human labor, how are we supposed to make money? Like, what's our role in all of this? How do we still build a life, build wealth? Well, that's exactly the puzzle we're going to piece together today. Okay, so to really get a handle on where we're headed, we got to look back at where we came from. Let's talk about the old income equation, the model that's now under some serious pressure. For forever, the formula was super simple. Your time plus your skill equals your money. The deal was, the more hours you worked or the better you were at your job, the more you got paid. It was a straight line. Pretty straightforward, right? And this is exactly why that old formula is falling apart. Look at us humans. We have limits, you know? We get tired. We need sleep, vacations, coffee breaks. Our output is basically one-to-one. But automation, a piece of software, it works 24/7, literally never stops. It can scale to serve millions of people instantly for basically zero extra cost. It's a completely different game. And it's a game that we as humans just can't win by trading our time for money. So, okay, if competing on pure effort is a losing battle, then what do we do? Where does that leave us? Well, this is where we get to the really interesting part. This is automation's new rule, the shift in value. And listen up, because this is probably the most important idea in this whole breakdown. Automation doesn't just replace jobs, it fundamentally changes where the value is. It's not about doing the task anymore. The value is moving somewhere else entirely. Here is the new rule of the game in a nutshell. Whoever owns or controls automation earns disproportionately more. It's that simple. The big money isn't going to the person doing the repetitive task anymore. It's flowing to whoever owns the system that automates that task. And this creates a phenomenon that economists call a winner-take-most economy. And it makes total sense when you think about it. One single app can replace the work of thousands of people. One algorithm can generate millions, even billions in revenue. A single platform can go global overnight with almost no extra cost. The value being created is absolutely massive, but it all gets funneled to the few who own that technology. Okay, so we've established the old rules are broken. So what's the new playbook? What do we do about it? Well, that brings us to the solution, the 3 income tiers. This is your modern guide to navigating this new world. All right, let's break this down. There are really 3 ways to earn an income now. At the bottom, you've got labor. This is the classic trading time for money. It's still important, but let's be real. It's the most fragile and the most at risk from automation. Then you've got capital. This is your money making money for you. Think investments, stocks. It's the most stable. But the real game changer, the one we're going to focus on, is in the middle, leverage. This is about building something once and having it scale and work for you many, many times over. This is the most powerful tier in the new economy. So let's zoom in on leverage, because honestly, this is where the magic happens. Leverage income is all about creating assets that work for you. We're talking about things like software you build, digital products, content you create, like this explainer, or entire systems and platforms. These are things you build once, and they can keep providing value and earning for you over and over again, even while you're sleeping. And this right here is a huge mindset shift. You have to get this. Automation, it doesn't punish a lack of effort. It punishes a lack of leverage. You can be the hardest worker in the world, but if your work doesn't have leverage, you're still at risk. It's not about working harder anymore. It's about working smarter, to build things that scale way beyond just you. Okay, I know this can sound a little theoretical. Build leverage, right? So let's bring it down to earth. Let's talk about an actual action plan. How do you start building leverage and ownership in your own life starting today? So here's the ultimate goal. This is your North Star. The idea is to move from relying only on your labor income toward having ownership and leverage in the mix. And look, this doesn't mean you have to quit your day job tomorrow. Not at all. It's about starting a gradual shift so you're not 100% dependent on that paycheck you get for trading your time.
So, how do we actually do this? Here's a simple 4-step playbook. Number 1, build digital skills. Focus on learning things that can scale online. We're talking about coding, design, digital marketing, creating content, skills that aren't tied to one location. Number 2, create assets. Start making things. Write a blog, start a newsletter, create videos, design a digital tool. The point is to make something once that can be used or sold forever at almost no cost. Number 3, invest consistently. Take some of the money you're making and use it to buy ownership. Buy stocks in companies that are using automation. This is how you get a piece of the pie. And finally, number 4, learn to think in systems. This is a big one. Stop thinking just about doing tasks. Start thinking about how you can build a process, a system that can run almost on its own. All right, as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final thought, a way to reframe this whole thing.
Look, automation isn't the end of income, not even close. It's just the end of the old ways of making an income. This isn't a scary story. It's a story about a massive opportunity. The old models are fading out, sure, but way more powerful, incredible models are taking their place for anyone who's willing to understand and adapt. So, the real question we should be asking ourselves isn't, will automation take my job? The real question is, will automation work for me or against me? Because ultimately, that's the choice we all have now. We can either get run over by this massive wave of change, or we can learn how to surf. So I really hope this breakdown gave you a new way to think about all this stuff. If you found this explainer helpful. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, please click the like button and hit subscribe. It really helps a ton. Also, if you want a clean, visual, one-page summary of this whole breakdown, I've created a free Notion page you can read or even duplicate for your own notes. The link for that is right down in the description. Thanks so much for watching.